I'm going to say the Rotary grace for what we have received and what we are about to receive. May we be truly thankful and ever mindful of the needs of the less privileged. Amen.
To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. Thank you, the member. It's very clear, say the poetess. Of the thing, the thing, say or and do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it prayer to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendship? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you. Thank you, Rukia. Can we sit down as the innocent continues with all the
Thank you so much, President. I'll take you through the object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of world enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster first the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal business and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a wide fellowship of business and professionals, persons united in the ideal of service. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Innocent. And that has been the order of fellowship. We are going to the updates. Before we go to the updates, I want to welcome everyone for today's meeting. It has been long. We have been for these Christmas holidays. We thank God very much for taking care of us and bringing us to the new year, which is 2025. And in that, I want to say that Happy New Year to everyone. As we talk, we are going to look at the following updates. We shall look at villages where materials were given. And there are also some villages which are going to receive materials very soon. We shall look at the update of the drilling team. We shall look at a report from the RCC leader, that is Innocent, about the progress of the global grant. All this we are going to look at in depth. Before we look at that, I want first of all welcome those online to introduce themselves to us. I see those of Chris, Joyce, they are there. Can I welcome you to introduce yourselves?
I'm Chris Roesel. I'm in Kansas and we're covered with snow. I'd like everybody to share what time it is in Kansas. It is 7 a.m.
Yeah, I'm Helene Dudley. I'm in Miami, and I've missed meeting with you all on Wednesday morning, so I'm happy to be back. In the meantime, I've been working on grants, trying to find more money. Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you too.
Hello, it's Joyce in Oregon, and it is 5 a.m. here. I had
Thank
to
you.
get up very early to join you this morning, and it's always worth it. Thank you for permitting to sit in on your meeting, Madam President.
Yes, please. And thank you very much, Mama Joyce, for joining us. We missed you during these holidays, and we are glad to see you now. Thank you.
Tom? Go ahead, Tom.
Tom Roth, also from Beaverton with Joyce, and it's a pleasure to join you. And we congratulate you on the success that you're making, and keep up the good work. Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year to you too. Thank you.
Mary?
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here. There is snow cover. I am very grateful to be able to join you. I'm so impressed by all the hard work you're putting out and the success you're having. And I look forward to hearing more during this meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mary. You are most welcome for our meeting.
Vida?
Good evening. Now it's around 6:45 in India p.m. And Happy New Year to you all. And I hope this year will be better for all of us. And I hope the Rotary Club will improve as we are seeing from in the past year. It's improving day by day. So thank you all. Thank you very much for this meeting. It was a long time to attend this meeting, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you too. You are most welcome for our meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we have a Uganda cadre, Moses Musiitwa. Moses?
Thank you, President. Yeah, thank you, President. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, if any. My name is Moses Musiitwa. My club is Kyambogo-Kampala. I'm a technical cadre for WASH and economic empowerment. I'm also a member for the WASH RAG team, and I'm the WASH RAG ambassador in Uganda. And I am also the Gloria, can you mute yourself?
Pardon?
Someone is on the call. Okay. So nice to be here. I'm also responsible for the docket for international service as the international service chair under Rotary District 9213. And greatly I'm responsible for connecting clubs to be able to do global grants and non-Rotary grants. Nice to be here, President.
Nice to meet you too. We are glad that we are going to share with you, Moses. You are most welcome.
And not least, Mother Gloria. And I muted your microphone, Gloria. Well, Gloria is with us, but her microphone's muted.
Okay. Thank you very much. If that is all with introduction, I will now take us to the updates. When we left the other time for the last fellowship, we were supposed to deliver materials for villages like Oyaru, Chanya, and Luzira. I think the materials for Oyaru were delivered successfully, Details we can get from Rukia, who was there during the day of delivery. Thank you. Rukia, can you say something on materials of Oyaru?
Thank you, my president. Yeah, thank you, the Rotarians and the visiting Rotarians. You're most welcome for the new year. Yeah, I would like to give updates, not only concerning Oyaru, but I would like to give updates on like on 27th to 28th December, we had a monitoring and evaluation team from Arua and Yumbe, went together. We went to the villages like Oyaru, Morodo, to see the progress of the wells. We also went to Midonga, we went to Musiitwa to see how far the latrines have gone. Now, since we are 6 months left, so we did evaluation, monitoring and evaluation in the 4 villages. Now, yesterday, we distributed materials to a village called Oyaru, as my president has said. We also have the RCCs who are with us from Oyaru village. We gave 60 iron seats, 120 pieces of timber, 60 kilos of iron sheet, not looping nails rather. We had 30 kilos of timber nails and then 30 kilos of roofing nails, and 60 PVC pipes were given to 60 members in Oyaru village. They received them successfully. They were very happy. They really thanked Rotary Club of the global grant so much. They said that is their first time to receive things from the NGOs, like Rotary Club of Yumbe and like Rotary Club of Yumbe, cooperation with Rotary Club of Arua, and the global grant. They are really thankful, and they are very, very happy, excited for the global grant teams. That was Oyaru. That was update from Oyaru. I think more updates will come after that. I was only given chance for Oyaru. So I think that is what I can say concerning the evaluation and the monitoring. I think Laura is on. I think Laura will put more light on that. Thank you so much. Shoulder among us.
Thank you very much, Rukia. In meantime, we are going to look at Sanya and Luzira. When I looked at the global grant platform, I saw that for materials for Sanya and Luzira, the money has been paid. Soon we are going to deliver them, probably tomorrow, because when I talked to Letaro this afternoon, he told me that by tomorrow, these materials will be delivered to the 2 villages. I don't know whether she has something to add on that, the process of delivery in the 2 villages.
Good evening, good morning, everyone. About the delivery of materials to China and Israel, we are actually supposed to deliver to China today, but then the people had gathered, but since we delayed to get the transport money, they went back to their homes, so they requested us to go tomorrow. So we shall go there very early in the morning tomorrow. Yeah, we shall go there very early in the morning tomorrow. Then we are going to deliver on Sunday. That's all for me.
Thank you very much. That one has been report from Letaro about the delivering of these materials. Now we are going to look at the wells. We started right with the wells in Morodo. The first well went well. On reaching some extent, there was storm which disturbed in them. So since they were waiting for the tool, they had to go to the second site. As I talk now, they are drilling in the second site. They told me that there are some materials with stones which are disturbing them, but it is not like the other first one, because that one is having water, the water is coming. Hopeful, after some few days, we shall have the second well done. One of them is not here. I don't know whether Innocent, you will add something on that, because you are also one of them.
Can I take over?
Yeah.
I think Gloria need to say something.
Okay. Gloria, you're most welcome. She's not there.
Your microphone is still muted.
Okay,
Here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the noise. As I told you, I'm in an Uber and I'm in traffic. People are yelling on the streets. So, but I went to Yumbe with a team, with a grants committee, and we found out that a number of the villages had not yet finished digging pit latrines. So those 3 villages in Oyaru, in Tiana, and Luzirasel, we told them by mid-January, we'll give them the materials for constructing the pit latrines. But when the time that we agreed to deliver the materials, the cement at Galaxy had run out. They had to bring more cement from Kampala. That is why we did not supply the materials last week. But I believe now Galaxy has brought in the cement, and they should be able to deliver materials to those 3 villages by tomorrow. We've already wired money for the transportation. The other challenge is it's now dry season. Everyone is building. That means the price of cement has gone up. So that's the other challenge we are going to face, that the cost of the materials are going to go up due to the demand and supply. And then with the equipment for the wells, we got in touch with Jambo Sokoni. Those pipes which are used for hitting the rocks which are in the ground are not easily available. The ones that Jambo Sokoni had quoted for are used by the drilling rig, not by hand. So they have to make an order from Nairobi to get those steel pipes for hitting the rocks. Meanwhile, the Mzuzu well drillers had identified alternatives which were brought in from South Sudan, but I think those are now they're like used pipes which are going to be used. But if we can find those second-hand pipes, it will still help maybe for hitting the rocks down there. And we've agreed with Jambo Sokoni that once he has most of the equipment, they can be now transported in one trip to Yumbe, because it makes sense if we take all the equipment in one trip to Yumbe from Arua. It's quite a distance. So I hope maybe by tomorrow or tomorrow next, because he told me that the Tanganyika jack has arrived in Arua. So maybe by tomorrow they can be loaded together with some of those equipment which were ordered from Jambo Sokoni, and they'll be taken to Yumbe tomorrow or on Thursday or Friday. So that is the update I have. Otherwise, would like to encourage all the villagers now to dig the wells and to dig the pits and complete the construction of pit latrines so that we can move into the next phase. And I will request that Chris maybe could come to Uganda and help with the issue of, because we were still stuck with differentiating equipment and materials for the wells. And as the Mzuzu well drillers are getting challenges, they are going to need more equipment, I think, for drilling, because the number of wells is quite big. And if they're in territories like in Morodu, where there's a rocky underground in all the sub-county, then we may face more challenges like they faced in the first well. But we hope things may go better in the other locations. Thank you for my update.
Thank you very much, Gloria, for that update. We are going to hear from Rukia, after which we shall go to Innocent.
Thank you once more, the team. Yeah, it's me, Rukia, giving updates in other villages. Like we had update concerning Vsla and China from the panel. I'll not now mention that. I'll now go to Adunga. I'll give update on Adunga. Adunga had 45 latrines. So far, they've dug 44 holes. I've finished the left with one. We also had Kena. Kena so far now built 10 latrines. Kena had 40 latrines. 10 have been built, and they have been built and they are finished up the whole level. Kendra had 70 latrines. Kendra has finished digging all the latrines. They are waiting for materials. Then concerning Midonga, Midonga has so far built 16 latrines up the roof level. They have built 15 to the wall level. That's concerning the other villages, the update I can give. Thank you more again.
Thank you very much, Rukia. Those from Midonga, I see them, they are here. Let them work hard and finish their construction. And now I want to welcome Innocent to give that report.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, the President, for giving me this opportunity to share monthly reports on global grant. I really appreciate and thank all the Rotarians online who always join us on Wednesdays to attend the meeting of Yumbe Rotary team, and also including the people within the community who always come in the meeting. I really appreciate you so much. Today, I'm just going to only read the summary of the monthly report. That is December report on the progress of global grant in 12 villages in Yumbe district. In a summary, when you look at what we have so far achieved in this project, is that as usual, the progress to date and then the target. We have the target and then what we have achieved. So when you look at the number of plate covers made in 6 villages, so far 275 have been made. 275 have been already made out of 575. And then number of latrines constructed so far are now 110. 110. Those are already constructed and installed with hand washing facilities. As the President, Rukia has said, some of the villages have already constructed on wall level. They are remaining only with the materials to roof them, after which they can install hand washing facility. That is, we call it a complete latrine constructed. So in this case, we have 110 so far constructed out of 575 latrines constructed. And then number of filters and buckets distributed, I think those ones were really distributed early. That is 100% have been delivered to the community. They have already received them, and then the RCC teams are following them, how frequently they can use these filters to drink water, so that to avoid much diseases that previously affected them. And then you look at the borehole drilled. Of course, the borehole drilled had started with the Morodu, and with those challenges, the teams have not yet finished even one borehole. They are still struggling to see how they can reach to the water level. And then the number of hand washing jerrycans being distributed, that has been achieved 100%, given to the community. And then number of, and then of course, water user committees, all those ones were trained by the district team. They are now well equipped in those 12 villages to support the community. And then I will come directly to the challenges so far the drillers are facing in Morodu. When you look at the drilling of the well in Morodu, you know that area, much of it underground, it contains rocks, hard rocks. So the first drill in Morodu reached 43 feet and hit rock. After which, and then the team decided to move to the second one, to start the second well. And then when they again reached, when they reached at 30 feet, again, they hit rock, but they are struggling. I thank the teams of Muzuzu. Those are really, really committed and hardworking women. They are really struggling. They say they cannot give up. They are struggling with the second well to see that at least they reach the well. So that has been really a very good move by the team of Muzuzu. What we only need is to support them so that they can easily succeed in drilling the wells. And then when you look at their struggle, you can see on some of those photos, which I've already shared with Chris. You can excuse me because I don't have all the emails of the Rotarians who are online. So I've already sent the copy of this report to his email. Chris, you can help me to share with the teams, all to the teams who have attended this meeting, so that we can get some more ideas how successfully we can implement this project. So, and I am very happy to see that Gloria also reached on the ground and reached up to Morodu and visited also, sampled some other villages to see what is going on. So Gloria, thank you so much for reaching all on the ground to see how the progress is moving. And then I need to come up to the challenges so far. The challenges we have seen there is mainly on the drilling team. First challenge of underlying rock that delays the drilling of the wells. And then lack of enough equipment for the drillers. I think that one, as Gloria has reached on the ground, I think it is on process to see that if they can provide maybe the equipment that can hit and crush the rock on the ground. Because when I reached yesterday on second well, I see the water is coming, but they have not yet reached real in the level of the water. So once those equipments are provided to the team, I think everything will move on well. And then another thing I've also realized as a challenge is the community engagement. You know, this is a period where the community are in the garden, they do harvest their crops. So this has slowed down the construction of the latrines. So I come up with some recommendations, and then other people will also come in and come up with other recommendations. One of the recommendations I suggest is that the drilling team should be provided with the necessary equipment to face the challenges
they come across while drilling. And then another recommendation I see there is the Rotary team leaders, because when you look at these 12 villages, each village has a Rotary team that work together with RCCs. Should really organize community meeting in their villages and come up with the timeline. You know, this project we can achieve it through timeline, and this is dry season where the communities can concentrate and construct the latrines. I went to Midionga. I met with some engineers. I asked them, how long do you take in constructing a latrine? But they answered me that they can construct a latrine only one day, even roofing it all. So meaning that we need to use this opportunity of this dry season to work closely with the community and organize meetings in each villages to see that within the end of January, maybe at the end of at the beginning of Feb, at least make sure that the latrines be completed so that we can only left with the drilling of the boreholes. I think that one will also be great. And then another one is also we also suggest, you know, those are also some other challenges we see there with the community, that the materials are given to the households, but at the end, the person either left, has gone to far villages for garden work. You don't know when the person is coming back. Others, up to now, they have not even carried even the bricks at the site. So our suggestion is that such a people who are not willing to construct, can't we transfer this to those who are willing? Because in each village, few people, by the way, got this chance, but others are also crying if they would get this opportunity, where they would even finish construction very fast. So I suggest that we could transfer this to those who are really willing to construct the latrines. So I think those are some recommendations I suggest. And then when you look at here, I can see really some communities are really very, very committed in constructing their latrines. I've attached so far in some of the villages where they have constructed their latrine very nice, and then they have also put their hand washing facilities, and they are regularly using it. And then we are really very happy to some of those RCC members. Indeed, RCC members are now working hard with the community to see that these constructions of latrines are really successful, and they keep on guiding the community how to use the hand washing facilities and so on. Lastly, you can see the RCCs here in the last picture here. You can see previously the type of the latrine. The community used an open latrine. They defecate outside, and then a lot of flies. So that was really something which was touchy, but they have been rescued with the global grant. You can see there on the right side there. So you can see they are really very happy with this funding of Rotary. Thank you so much, Rotary, for your donation to the vulnerable communities of Uganda. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Chris, for sharing this. Yes, I think everybody can see the completed latrines with the hand washing facilities and previous what they use. So you can see there. So this can be shared to everybody online, so that we need more also ideas how best we can achieve all this, especially speed of constructing the latrines. And then we shall be sitting with the RCCs and the Rotary team leaders per village to see that this project really succeeds within this dry season. Because if it is past dry season, again, we shall get more complaints from the community. So we are working very hard to see that maybe 80% we should achieve within this dry season, especially constructing the latrine. So thank you so much for listening to me. Over to the president.
Yeah, thank you very much, Innocent, for that elaborate report. I've seen Helen raising the hand. You are most welcome to say what you have.
Okay, thank you, Madam President. One comment and two questions. I'm very impressed with how very organized your approach is, how detailed the reports are each month. You're really doing a great job at keeping everybody informed as to what's been accomplished, what are the challenges, and so I applaud your work. Secondly, I'm wondering if anecdotally you've been hearing anything from the people in the villages since they've had their water filters now for several months. Do they notice any change in, their health from these water filters? And third, is the geologic equipment being used to detect where the rocks are? And is that not sufficient to avoid the rocks that you're finding in Moradu? Thank you.
Yes, yeah, thank you so much, Helen, for the two questions. I think much of the question of geological detection of the rocks can best be answered by the Rotary team. I mean, the Musiitwa drillers. I think the good thing is this machine was brought ahead, and then also Chris followed, and they were trained properly how to use. Maybe, who knows, they might be skipping some other areas in detecting or to see whether this is a rock or this is maybe an area which is free, might be. And then another feedback from the use of the filters. Indeed, that is now the next thing we need to do, because since the time of distribution of those filters, by now I think there should have been some feedback to see how helpful these filters are. And then this has called us that to see that the next week I need to visit them and then try to just have some sample of questions since they start using, whether they realize some positive impact on them. But so far, because I had to sample some of them, so far in those villages, especially those who have finished constructing their latrines, are using those filters, and the real set, they have seen a greater change in using the filters and use the hand washing facilities for those who have already completed their latrines. So I think that is all what I can respond.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Innocent. I see Gloria is raising her hand.
Thank you, President. When we went to Luzirasel, to Midonga, and to Oyaru, we asked those questions in the meetings. And in Midonga, they told us that the incidence of stomach pain, abdominal pain has reduced. In Oyaru village, they also told us that incidence of typhoid disease, diarrhea have reduced in the village since the water filters were distributed. And the same also from Luzirasel. One of the things we noticed was that the Rotary Community Corps have been trained in all villages. There were 3 RCCs in each village, and these RCCs were moving together with the LCs to see that the beneficiary households have dug their pit latrines. And we resolved in the meetings in those 3 villages that if there's any household that has refused to dig a pit latrine, the committee at the LC1 and the RCC, together with the Rotary representative, have the right to allocate the latrine to the next person. Because they said it's not, it should not be the Rotarians to reallocate. They can handle that within the village themselves. So I believe that if there are any households that are not participating in the project, the village representative and the people who are representatives there, the Rotary representative and the RSCCs, they can take a decision together with the LC1 and the VHT to reallocate to another home. Another thing which I saw was that the RCCs were getting maybe 1 liter containers, 1 liter, 2 liter containers. I think they are buying from people who are selling oil or what, and they were using it to demonstrate how to install the hand washing facility. And those jerrycans were very dirty, and people they were putting water through those jerrycans and demonstrating how to do the hand washing. So I told those in the 3 meetings where we met with the community, I told them they must use the white jerrycans which we supplied. I don't want to see dirty jerrycans being used for hand washing, because they're actually going to increase the incidence of disease or germs. So that was one message which I gave to the 3 villages where we visited. Another thing we found out was that there was that change of the design in the latrine. People are used to digging pits that are square. So when the cover plates are round in shape, they thought it was not fitting well, and somehow there are gaps over the hole, over the rectangle hole, and putting a round cover plate. So there are some gaps between the pit and the cover plate. So we told those households that they can improvise and maybe put some bars, maybe timber or some sticks, so that they cover that open space and build the brick onto the cover plate, so that there should be no. But some of the parents, they said children will fear to use those pit latrines if they see those openings. So we told them to use their local knowledge to cover those pits. And the other thing is they fear, especially in Oyaru village, they fear that if they build the latrine on top of the pit during the rainy season, because the soil underground can easily collapse when it is wet. So they preferred to put the pit separate and to put the latrine wall separate, and they connect it with a pipe. That is something they brought to our attention, but we said, if it's going to incur more cost, we don't have that funding from the global grant. They should now find a way to see how to harmonize the rectangular pit and the round cover plate. And we found in Midonga, the RCCs identified 2 more masons to build the latrines, because some of the community, they said they are widows or they are women and they don't have any man to help them put up the latrines. So in Midonga, they identified 2 more masons. They are now in a total of 4 masons who are helping the households to build the latrines. And each of the households, they have to pay, was it 30,000 shillings or what, to put up the wall. So to me, that was also an innovative way of solving the problem. And in that way, it can also bring some uniformity in the handiwork, in the beauty of building. Otherwise, if everybody is putting up the wall the way they want, some are looking neat, others are not looking neat, and yet we really wanted this global grant. So let there be beauty even in seeing the walls of those pit latrines that are being done. So that was the message I gave to them, and I hope they can follow up on that. Thank you. This is my submission.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for giving us those reports. If there's anything.
Sorry, Madam President, do the well drillers have any response to whether or not there's a better way to detect those rocks? And why the geologic equipment isn't spotting that?
If I
Yes,
may answer,
Yes, please.
do you have an answer? Because I have an answer.
No, I don't have an answer to that because I'm not trained in that.
Yeah. Well, so I'm not trained in it, but I research all the different technologies online. And for the type of wells we're doing, this is the best technology. I was surprised. I didn't expect that. The next thing is I sent further videos on how to read the graphs. So, or read the profiles that the machine produces of what is underground. And I sent that to the well drillers, and it will be good if they review it. And I believe I sent Innocent a copy of those videos on how to read the graphs. So yes, it is not perfect, but evidently it is according to everything I can find, it is the best technology for identifying the water level and where rocks are. However, you have to be able to read the graphs well, and it is not totally clear how to read the graphs well. So that's why I sent the videos on how to read the graphs. The next thing that I'd like to address is the equipment for breaking the rocks. And let's see, I should share my screen with you. And can I find, so there are bunches of different types of equipment. Some is, it sounds expensive, but it's not so expensive. Some is diamond tip bits that can go down, and some are titanium tip bits. And since I have not used this equipment, I've sent a request to 1 Million Wells, to the founder who has been doing these wells for 60 years, I think, and the other, Jim Forbes and Kelly, asking which drill bit is recommended. And if it's not available in Uganda, my thought is to buy it here in the US and carry it with my hand luggage to Uganda, so that you've got the best hand operated equipment for breaking the rocks. And that is all I have to add right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris, for helping me. For me, I don't have any idea about that equipment and the technology. I was going to refer it to you. Thank God you helped me in it. Thank you very much. The room is free for us to react and add something.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Chris, for that response. What I don't know is whether the videos you've sent for interpreting the graph are being viewed. It's possible that the drilling team have not had the time to look at those videos, because I know when they go out in the morning, by the evening they come, they're all tired. I don't know if they have time to watch those videos. The second challenge I saw there with the drilling team is that they have those smartphones, but the smartphones have cracked screens, and even the pictures, the images they're getting from the drilling machine, drilling equipment is not clear. So they cannot clearly. I was looking at the phone used by Beatrice Adiru. It has a cracked screen. The pictures are not clear. The images are so blurred. So I don't know if if it helps them anyway. I think Christine's phone is not functional anymore. Those phones which were brought, so the phones are not in a good state for them to use. That is what I saw when I was there in Morodo. The screens are not clear. You cannot clearly see those images. That is what I experienced. Maybe because I have a faulty site, but that is what I saw.
Well, if I may answer quickly. One, the meter has the view of the screens. It's not viewed through the phones first and foremost. It's viewed on the meter. Second, the images from the meter can be connected to the computer, and the images uploaded from the meter onto a computer screen, which will allow bigger viewing and better quality viewing than even the meter has. And as to whether they've seen the videos, I have everything. They have not looked at the videos yet. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If we look at the time, you will see that we are almost coming to the end of the meeting. If there's anyone who would like to say something,
Been quiet tonight.
he also is most welcome to say it.
If I may say one more thing, we would like to see to try another latrine technology there. And my fear is that if we do something different, that lots of communities will complain that why didn't you do it this way? And but the technology, let's see if I can, there it is. So it's one that I've mentioned to you and no one has tried yet. It works with the same cover plate, with the same ventilation pipe, with the same building, but it's this method It's a shallower pit. It doesn't have to be as wide. It is important that the structure on top not be brick, not be heavy. It's got to have the lumber has to have just pane or mats on it so that it's light. It has the same roof on it. The pit may be smaller. So can you see this?
Yeah.
So this is called the arbor loo. And what is done with this is you dig a meter or a meter and a half deep and at most a meter in diameter and put the cover plate over that and then build a light cabin, a lightweight cabin to sit on top. And of course, this pit will fill up rapidly. When it fills up, what you do is when it gets within, say, 30 centimeters of the ground level, you move the cabin, you move the house, and you roll the cover plate. You throw dirt on top for the top 30 centimeters and plant a tree, a mango tree or a papaya tree or whatever you would like. And it grows in this high fertilizer pit so that you're always benefiting from the feces that you've used. We would love it if there were the possibility in some of the villages to try 2 or 3 of these latrines and let us know how well they work. Is that possible? And I'm taking you over time now, so I will send you this report on doing this methodology.
Yeah, these are new innovations. And when we look at them, after using it, you plant a fruit in it, you'll also benefit from that fruit. If that one is brought here, it may work. It needs centralization. Thank you for giving that.
Yes, and we don't know how well it will work. It's been used in other places and it works in other places, but we have not tried it in Yumbe, so we want to just start out with a little bit because we don't go big until we know that something works.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If we look at the time, we are now past the time required. All the same, we were discussing something which is very important. We would like to adjourn the fellowship. Before we adjourn it, I want to thank everyone who joined us online and in the room for the fellowship. I want to ask Almighty God to protect us and guide us through all this season. And then we come for the next fellowship on Wednesday. Before we stand up, I would like to welcome the Sergeant at Arms to say something.
President, can I give you information? The Rotary International president is here in Uganda. And yesterday I attended a dinner which was for recognition of those who have donated to the Rotary Foundation. And this morning, there was a cancer run, which was launched digitally online. And at around 11:30, there was a launch of the Rotary Wash Institute in Nkumba University. So that's where the RI president was. Tomorrow, she has a meeting, a Rotary Fellowship for Empowering Women, and I hope to attend that meeting tomorrow morning in Kampala Sheraton Hotel. Then on Friday, there is the Peace Symposium and Capstone. It will also be in Makerere University main building. At 5 p.m. on Friday, she has the Africa Peace Concert. And that is where they're doing a fundraising to raise money for the Peace Center in Makerere University. That concert will be at Nsambia Gardens. And on Saturday, we have a peace walk. We'll start from Makerere University, and it will be a 2 hours walk. So that is the itinerary for the RI president, who is currently here in Uganda. And yesterday I was with her at the dinner. Thank you. Then I met the two district governors, Anne Kutu, and of course your favorite district governor, first district governor, John Damira and Edward Kakembo. They asked, how are the women in Yumbe? And I said, we're doing well. We're implementing the global grant. So they asked me to send their hearty greetings to you.
Thank you.
Hello there. This is David in Florida. You mentioned my friend Eddie Kakembo. If you see him again, tell him I said hello. Thank you.
Thank you.
David, I'll do that. I'm sure I'll see him at the peace walk on Saturday.
And you could ask him also, is he going to Calgary? I might go to Calgary.
I'm sure he will go. Most of the district governors go to they attend the RI convention. I'm sure he will go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, read him for
So
me.
I can speak for him. He is going to attend the Calgary convention. He will be there. He's on the list.
Okay. I'm trying to get there myself. I don't know if I'm going, but I'm going to try. So.
David, I'll be going.
Oh, really? Great.
Yes. So make it a point we meet in. Yeah, I'm going. I've registered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Well, I'm going to talk to my team about it probably next week, and I'll know by the end of the month if I'm going. So.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
And Helene and I will also be at Calgary to meet Moses, Gloria, and Eddie, and so on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that Rotary information. Okay.
Thank you so much. The Rotarians online and the Rotarians in the room. It's also concerning the village we visit, we distributed.
We are not hearing.
I think it's frozen.
Yes, I think so. Thank you so much for attending. I will go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, as we went to Oyaru, what the things we found out that 5,000 got burnt. The members are not supposed to pick anything. It's now the neighbors helping the small kids and helping them with everything, food items, including everything got burnt. That was an update concerning Oyaru village. The village distributed, the village which benefited from global grant. And back to me as the sergeant at arms. To me, the meeting went successfully. The meeting went on well. Since it's first of its meeting for the beginning of the month, for the year rather, and also the month, January, we are still going on. We had online members, the 6 for attending the meeting. We also had 5 RCCs. The 5, including the chairperson of the RCCs. The 5 are all men. Then we have 4 female Rotarians. We had 1 contractor. That's our contract. The meeting was okay. That's the update I can give. Thank you so much.
Now, let us stand up for the final talk.
Thank you so much. I'll now close this meeting by saying the final toast. I give you Rotary International.
Rotary one over.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for a successful meeting. We're always honored to talk with you and impressed by your progress.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See you. Goodbye, everyone.
I will end the connection now if that is okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.